Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, and among my co-host James Mason. All right, James.
Todd, we rehearsed it last night. You're supposed to.
No. I told you we were going to do it. We're going to save it for a better day.
Okay, well, I guess I won't explain to the audience then.
Top secret.
Okay, well, it'll be top secret. All right. Todd, I'm doing well. How are you doing this morning?
Doing good. So, big piece of news in my life. I got the new green screen working.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I can kind of show and highlight some of the stocks that are on my mind, things that are of interest to me.
I'm not sure if this is marketing or propaganda. I don't know.
It depends.
Well, propaganda is marketing.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
Yeah.
So I can change things up. We have a little fun with it today. So we can.
Hey, no. During our rehearsal, put the other one up there. Yeah.
That one's gone.
Yeah,
that one is gone. That is not Ilana friendly. So we
It's true.
We nixed that one. So good morning to everyone. How's everyone doing today? Make sure you hit that like button and help build our audience. So it'll be really appreciate that.
All right, everyone. So currently Dow futures are down 75 points. S&P 500 is down 14 points. And we're looking like we're going to come out the gates today and be bearish. But knowing this market will probably come out, be bearish, and then go and break a record high.
Yeah.
So, all right. Todd, let's go and get into it. We had a question yesterday about the Wells Fargo lines of credit.
Yeah. So I did a little digging into that, and I can't really find the exact, there's their reason and the reason they tell the rest of the world. So the big thing I could find was that the shuttering of lines of credit that they're talking about was they were shutting down or closing, and they gave a 60-day notice, non-collateralized loans between $3,000 and $100,000. So the only thing I'm gonna guess here, I'm gonna go on a limb and guess here, is that this past year with COVID and a lot of businesses struggling, and a lot of people struggling, I bet you those lines of credits were tapped into and were heavily used, and there may have been some defaults on them. They may have been a situation where that line item on their balance sheet was losing them money, and they probably just made a business decision to close things down. The bad news is they did them all. It wasn't like, hey, James's line of credit's in good shape and working out, and mine's not. They just said, we're closing them all down. So, and some people are going to take a hit on their credit report, the way that gets reported to the credit agencies, which is unfortunate. But I think Congress is going to try to do something about that. I saw an article that she ran for president. Elizabeth Warren taking a big stand on it.
The Indian lady.
No. She ran for president. She was an Indian.
I know that, Todd. No, she was claiming to be Native American.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that Indian lady.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
All right. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Let's talk about Virgin Galactic really quick. I'm a long-term holder on this, and we are literally almost down to my average price. Of course, there have been multiple times I have not taken profit. Again, like I said, I am a long-term holder on this, and I only have 150 shares, so I'm not like balling in this trade. But yeah, so we spoke about this yesterday about Richard Branson's airplane ride high in the sky. It was not space, and the market is not happy about it. He did his company a disservice. In my opinion of this, had he had just waited and perfected his spacecraft to truly go into space, things would have been differently. But my opinion of it is there's this billionaire race to space going on, and you have Richard Branson, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos all trying to be the first to claim, I went to space. And I feel like he preemptively just jumped the gun, and he's going to cause Virgin Galactic to pay the price by making them look silly. Todd, what are your thoughts on it?
Look at their share price yesterday. They claimed they did something amazing and successful, and their stock price dumped all day yesterday. I mean, it was a great put or a great short opportunity, and I wasn't smart enough to see that or recognize that, but right now it hit low 40s today. So we're not the only ones that feel that way.
Yeah, it's disappointing right now, but at the same time, if you look back at like Tesla, hold on a second. Hey, baby. Thank you, beautiful. Hey, no, don't deliver dad's stuff. Don't stick your hands in it. Where's my straw? Thank you. Thank you, beautiful. I love you.
We interrupt the show for a Starbucks commercial.
Exactly. Bye, baby. I love you. Bye, beautiful. All right. But if you look back at Tesla, in the very beginning when they were trading under $50, look at how many times they had hiccups.
Yeah.
Tesla would come out with something with one of their models, and batteries exploding, cars catching on fire. It was just all around shit show. That's the only thing to really compare it to. And then in time, it's just like, when a company's starting up a product, especially something that's disruptive, you always have these kinks in the system. And it takes a little bit to work through it before they perfect it and then take off. And I do feel that is what Virgin Galactic will do in the future. Again, this is probably about a 5-year hold for me. But yeah, it sucks in the moment. But it is what it is. So.
Another question yesterday, moving on, was Charles Plesko asked us about ticker ITRM. ITRM. And they got a PDUFA date coming up here for July 25th. They got some bad news, I think it was July 1st, earlier this month, that about they found some deficiencies in their application, and the FDA put that into a letter to them, which their stock took like a 40% drop. And so that was a real hit. I know it triggered a lot of stops for a lot of people, and they got out. The question is, and what we don't know as civilians or laymen in the industry, is that are these deficiencies fixable, correctable in the next couple of weeks before they get to their PDUFA date, or is it going to take 6 months? So doing a little digging and research on this, I think this is a situation that if you're in it, it's a good opportunity to average down if you got the long-term holding power. But if not, maybe you have to cut your losses on it.
You could just take all that money and put in to predictive oncology. Just saying.
Well, you said
it. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's not financial advice or anything. I'm saying, like, you literally physically could just take your money and put it in there.
Yeah. And you can't do any worse than 40% on a ticker. So, but
wow.
So Charles, I hope that's helpful. The information I found on it, I don't know if that's giving the exact answer you're looking for, but that's what took place, and that's why I took a drop.
Hold on. I'm gonna acknowledge this one. Hey, Robert. So yeah, we always have that one, but What's funny about the YouTube algorithm is that the dislikes and likes, it all registers the same. So, I mean, if I have any more haters out there, y'all can jump in and give me those dislikes and help push this video for us. I love it. It helps me.
Who the dislike? Who dislikes us?
I don't know, but it's just weird. Like, Todd, imagine being a large stock market data provider and attacking us like we experienced this morning. And then, okay, guys, I had no intentions of even talking about this, but I'm not even going to declare any names because this company doesn't deserve the recognition.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it.
Well, I want to kind of explain. So
I was going to let them talk more. I was going to let them talk more crap to us and keep.
Well, I acknowledged him. I acknowledged him by name afterwards.
Oh, okay, that's even funnier.
Yeah, so they're probably having an oh crap moment. But anyways, guys, imagine being a large data provider and you come and attack us thinking that you're doing it from like one of your old YouTube channels, and you don't realize that you have an old video on there of you with your face. Like, come on, that's amateur hour.
Trolling 101. If you're going to troll, make sure your trolling identity is hidden.
Yeah, like make sure your account is not really affiliated with you. Don't have any videos of you and your family on there where I can literally see your face.
Oh, that is funny. Funny. What a bozo.
Yeah, seriously. Those guys must be going out of business.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but they probably got a line of credit shuttered recently.
That is true. Yeah, living off of debt. All right.
Is there anything else in the comments about that people want to look at?
Ticker CARV.
Oh yeah, they made a little money for us last week.
All right, so ticker CARV. Last update on short interest, and again, this is going to be a lot higher since it hasn't updated, and we're at the end of that 2-week period. So last update for short interest is 272,000 shares. Now, the shares outstanding, 3.4 million. The float, just a tad shy of 900,000 shares. Again, the reason why I said it's going to be a lot different is the last time it updated, we were just right down in here. But with this significant gap up, we know for sure that number will increase on that next update. So for CARV, we experienced this beautiful gap up the other day, and it just ran. And what usually happens, in every stock that has such a significant run, especially when it puts up over 100% on the daily chart, is it just usually dies off. And that's just the way it is. So my opinions on this, I mean, if you were in this and if you locked in profits, perfect. But if you try to jump in later and you're upside down, this thing still has a lot more bearishness in it. I would not be surprised if it doesn't come back down here to about the $14 to mid $13 range to consolidate. And then it will probably trend sideways, experience another little bump, and then get beat down again. So that is what I see for ticker CARV. See, there's another one, ticker USWS. So USWS, last update for short interest, 2.72 million shares being short. The percent of the float, 4%. Shares outstanding, 90 million shares. The float, 62.7 million. And looking at the top of their news, see a bunch of Form 4s and a couple Form 3s. So that's obviously going to be worth looking into. But looking at this daily chart here, the only thing that I don't like in this moment is how we had this significant run up back here, which always, the first time it always breaks above the 200 EMA and then pushes up, it's going to pull back hard. So had that significant run up, and then it pulls back, and then we just had this little baby boost right here, and then pulls back again. I hate that we are not that far away from this little pump. When you have these little pumps that are just this close, that's not good. We need to see this thing flatline for a while, almost to the point where there's like no volume and it's just like boring to even look at. And that's usually when you get that spike out of nowhere, or off of just some pity news or whatever it may be. So with this being, coming off of this little pump right here not long ago, honestly, I expect this thing to kind of die off, break back below that 200 EMA, and probably come back down to around, honestly, dip back under $1. Probably come back down around that 70-cent range to find support. And me personally, if I was not in this, and I'm not in this, but if this was a trade that I was going to take, I would wait until it was coming back down to that 70-cent range before I started trying to scale in for a good price. So that is what I see for ticker USWS. Now, in the past, well, I just do want to say this real quick. In the past, I have traded this, and it was a long time ago. U.S. Well Services, I mean, they are trying to get their crap together. Yeah, I mean, they kind of have no choice. They have sold a lot of shares to a couple larger investors. Now, I'm not sure if those investors back when I was trading it are still in this or not. Who knows? They could have jumped out right in here. But I would just be kind of afraid to really just try to make this move at this point. And if this thing did come back down to 70, this is something that I would not throw a lot of money at. They were just served a notification for delisting back during this time period. And I would not be surprised if they don't get served one again. So just be careful, guys, with this one. And if you're in it right now, please have a stop loss. All right. Todd, do you see anything else?
No, we're about 9 minutes from the market. Any final thoughts for you for the day?
Nah. Not today. What about you?
Nope. It's Tuesday, so don't have a whole lot more on our agenda or on our plate.
All righty. Well, everyone, trade safe, trade smart, and move that stop loss up. So, Becca, hold on. Becca, thank you for the tip.
Subtle Todd, I like that. That's a new name I've never been called. Subtle Todd.
That's funny.
I've been called Bull in a China shop before, but never Subtle Todd. So, thank you. You put a smile on my face.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I do want to say one more thing. So Billy, talking about that ticker in Ortex. So guys, I don't know if you guys know or not, the Ortex data, it's being misinterpreted. That Ortex data for what they're proclaiming as short interest, it's not entirely, well, retail traders are not interpreting it the correct way. So I did have this data set and I thought it was trash and I did away with it. We never even posted it anywhere. We never put it in to anything. We were just really testing it. trying to determine if we were going to buy. It's the same data set that Ortex has currently. All of that short interest data that Ortex is pushing, it's literally just telling you how many shares that were taken short for that day. There's nothing being accounted for, like how many shares were covered, or at any point, like the older people shorting, if they covered or not. So if there were a total of 1 million shares being shorted or, taken for locates and shorts for that day, for whatever ticker it may be, it's accumulating all of that. And when they report it as in, at the end of the day, like Ortex reports it as in, 1 million shares being short, a lot of retail traders are taking it as in, okay, we have 1 million more shares on top of our short, so we're now at this percentage. And that is not true. Because again, there's no way for them to know how many people have covered already. The information that comes out for how many people covered already is released bi-weekly. So be careful with the Ortex data. It is, well, I can't say it's misleading because it's actually not misleading, but retail traders are misinterpreting it. So, all right, guys, that's all we have for today. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all trade safe, trade smart, and we will catch y'all later.
Take care.